Sense of why Francois Fillon is so defiant, why he's vowing to stay in the race at all costs, although if you look at a lot of the polls, they're not going in his direction.
First of all, be careful about the polls. They have been mistaken many times, including for the Brexit. Some of the social networking polls are still giving Francois Fillon at the second round and winning against Marine Le Pen. So let's be careful about the polls. And the reason why he's, as you say, defiant is that he has worked with us since 4 years to build a project, to build a program, to address the fundamental issues that France is facing since a long time. And he thinks that his project is the only one who can get France back onto the right trajectory. And therefore, because he gets also a lot of support from the basic people, and Testament was a demonstration yesterday, 200,000 people, he thinks that he has to keep on.
Mr. Danon, yeah, going back to the polls, if you look at the Brexit polls, they were actually quite close, and some markets that got it wrong. So I don't know if we can say these polls are very similar to what we saw in Brexit. As far as I'm aware, Francois Fillon still has a worse score against Marine Le Pen in the second round scenario. Do you tell me these polls are not true?
I'm telling you that there are some other polls. Those polls have been always wrong. And remember that in September, the same polls were giving Alain Juppé winner by a landslide. And finally, Francois Fillon did win by 44% the first round. So let's be careful about the polls. They have been wrong often enough that we can be careful.
Okay, so let's forget about the polls.
And what matters for Francois Fillon is not so much...
Right, but do you believe that Francois Fillon... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So do you believe that Francois Fillon is a flawed candidate? And actually, why would you not replace him with another Republican candidate that has a better fight against Marine Le Pen?
No, but the reason why we don't want that is that because Francois Fillon is the best candidate against Marine Le Pen, because he's the most capable to gather all the forces of the right wing in France. He has the right program. He has been elected, designed by 3 million voters from the right wing. So we believe that, and those people showed yesterday in the demonstration that they are still behind him. He has recognized that there has been a mistake done, not legally, but a mistake more from the ethical standpoint. He has presented his apologies to the French people. May I remind you that this gentleman has done 35 years of a political career without one taint. And therefore, he has apologized, he has understood, he says that he will change those practices if he's elected. But we have to go back to what matters. France, and you all know that, France is not on the right trajectory. You say that enough. And we want to change that trajectory, and he's the only one who has built the project and is capable to deploy it in France.
Mr. Danon, how can you tell me that a candidate that has his apartment searched last week, that is under investigation, is the best possible candidate that the Republican Party can come up with?
What we think here is that there is a little bit of funny timing, if I may say so. You know, more than 100 of the MPs in France are doing what Francois Fillon did. It's done in the open. It has been transparent. It has been fully tax declared. So we think that there is part of a kind of the establishment going after Francois Fillon in order to avoid that France is being properly reformed. And we are not going to carve in. And Francois Fillon is the same. He is not going to give in. There is no reason. This is clearly something that is manipulated, and we don't want to give in.